it's me, BDB, and it's Isekai time. That's right, I'm here to review my Isekai Life, and boy, do I wish my life was an Isekai. Now, with my Isekai Life, we don't just get one episode, we get two straight off the bat. So this is your standard Isekai anime. Person from one world brought into a magical world, OP and everything. Wow. But we see flashbacks, which we usually half and half in Isekais. It's animated differently with the main character's flashbacks, so that's interesting, I think. We first see the main character Yuji, who's just a tamer, in a forest fighting a monster which he beats with ease. Now Yuji's only been in this world for a week, and he has tamed an army of slimes and a proud wolf. Slimes wouldn't have been my first choice, but it really wasn't Yuji's either. Yuji finishes his quest, goes back to the guild, and while in the guild, another adventurer runs up saying there's smoke coming from the woods. Well, it just turns out a few monsters, 10,000, are all going into the direction of the town Yuji's in. Oh wow, couldn't be a different town where the main character isn't. The guild leader turns around and asks all the adventurers there to just flee the town, get out. But they all stand their ground. But no one really has a plan to deal with 10,000 monsters. Oh, wait a minute. There is one guy, and he's OP as hell, and his name is Yuji. And he says he has a plan. He'll use this dragon bone to recreate dragon breath. Yeah, no one's ever heard of anyone doing that, but seemingly Yuji can. So with no other plan, they all go, yeah, sure, no problem, we'll go with that. And all the other adventurers are sent to the front of the town. Yuji, who's connected to all the monsters he has tamed, all the slimes and the proud wolf, gets contacted by one of the slimes and a suspicious guy in the forest. So Yuji can use his spells through the monsters he has tamed, which he uses his spell to bind the suspicious person and to dispel the storm that they had, which was quite dangerous. Unfortunately, the person that he has bound had a poison glass tablet in their mouth and decides to crunch down on it and kill themselves. They'd rather have died than be taken alive. So whoever they're working for must be far more terrifying and powerful than being tortured or kidnapped or put in jail. Yuji, while working his magic, literally, tells the receptionist Lily to tell all the other adventurers to get into the city, get in behind the walls. So once that's done, his slime army goes on the outskirts of the city, the town, whichever you want to call it. I'll go town. And he uses them to make a massive magic barrier, and is able to also use that barrier to create this massive magic flame. Not just once, but twice. Which of course ends up using a lot more MP than he expects, and he collapses. When he comes back around, it's nighttime and everyone is celebrating. Lily, who is checked out on the first time, goes back to check out on him again to give him a blanket because it's cold. Turns out he is gone. He is snuck off. Why? Could it be because Lily has figured out that he's a lot stronger than he let on? Or maybe everyone knows that he's not just a tamer now. Maybe he wants to keep the fact that he is a sage. Yep, that's right, he is a sage under wraps. So we see them walk off and they reach a new town. But before that, there's one slime left behind, and he's behind the guildmaster's chair. And the guildmaster is talking to Lily about what they found in the forest. they found this suspicious person. They also found a lantern with a marking on it. So that seems to be part of a cult. Guess this cult is going to be the antagonist. The whole antagonist, the whole bad guy, the whole bad gang in this anime. And Yuji's gonna have to take them down. That is it for episode 1. It's pretty standard to show off how powerful he is, how OP and everything. I love the slimes. Slimes are cute as hell, man. The Pro Wolf, yeah, pretty cool and everything. The Dryads, love it. Love Dryads. But yeah, standard first episode, I think. So I was like, no, I'll watch the second one. Let's keep going. So let's keep going with this review for now, episode 2. So we start off episode 2 with a tent. There's people inside the tent. We hear an older gentleman talking, saying that there's an adventure out there that no one really knows anything about, but he needs to be taken care of. I wonder who that adventure could be. Maybe it's the adventure that's only been there a week. Speaking about adventure that's only been there a week, we see Yuji enter the new town, and we just see them go over, get something to eat, and that's how the second episode, kicks off. And this is the time we're showing the OP, the opening. No, again, nothing to write home about, just a standard Isekai one, showing all the characters that's going to be there and fighting, so. And I don't think the music's really that great, just my opinion, so. Now after the opening, we see Yuji's in a guild, and he gets accepted to that town's guild. So he accepts a request. Turns out this request is to go and find an Earth Dragon, but he needs a team, so send a request for a team, and we get 3 people. Rhodes, Tina, and Lisa. Rhodes, though, seemingly doesn't have a great reputation with his team up and vanishing on him. So, that seemingly it just hasn't happened just once. Seems to have happened maybe more times than expected. Seems a bit fishy. So they all go out to find this Earth Dragon. Yuji in this group is the tracker. He's able to track pretty far as he uses the Proud Wolf and the Slimes. He lets the group know that there's 5 wolf-type monsters ahead. 2 kilometers to be exact. That's pretty far tracking. And Rhodes just runs on ahead, takes down all 5. He's good with a dagger. Gotta give him that. He's a good fighter. And now, boom! It's nighttime. So Rhodes decides to hand out a sleep schedule. That Tina will go first, Rhodes will go second, third would be Yuji, fourth would be Lisa. Rhodes explains that the second and third sleep schedule hit harder as then people have to split up their sleep patterns. So that's fine. While Yuji's asleep, we get to see the day that he was brought to this world. We don't see how it happens, we just see he's there in the world. And when I said he didn't have a choice of the first monster he tamed or anything, is because when he realized it was a tamer, he put his hand down and there was just a slime right there and boom! Tamed. It's the exact same slime that is on his shoulder. The slime, of course, brought him to an abandoned shed where there was magic books, and then out of nowhere there was a load of other slimes, and they all got tamed, and whatever books they read, he learned the magic, he became a sage, and they could all talk then. So that's as much as we know from when he first came in. It's only a week, so I don't think we really need to know more than that. While Yuji's asleep, a slime wakes him up to let him know that Rhodes has done a runner, and Lisa and Tina are gone from the camp as well. Turns out Rhodes is running and gets to the tent that was at the start of the episode, letting the old man in there know that he's got 2 females. They'll sell well. There's a guy with us as well, but he'll probably die off by himself anyway. Ooh, if only he knew that Yuji was Isekai and he is an OP mofo. Rhodes knows the girls are close by, but there's also traps around them. And then we hear a trap go off. It's just a noise kind of trap, but Rodus knows exactly where it is. And they go out, him and the other men in the tent, and they see a shadowy figure. A very monstrous, shadowy figure in the distance. And they decide, let's go back into the tent. Turns out the shadowy figure was the Proud Wolf and the army slimes. So they, like, from far away, that is all them eyes and everything. Yeah, you're not gonna go near that. So Yuji's close by, and he decides he wants to use a weak spell on the tent. He wants to use a weak spell on the people. And he decides to use a medium-ranged freezing spell. Turns out it's a lot stronger than he thought because it froze the whole tent. The girls ask, did the slimes do that? And Yuji goes, yeah, sure, cool, yeah, the slimes did it, not me. He'd rather the girls think that. So that's what makes me think that he left the other tent because he showed off so much of his power. And turns out they caught a big bad bandit called Gelios. That was the old man in the tent. So that's a plus. No worry about Gelios anymore. So they decide to continue the quest. They need a place to stay the night still. So Yuji shoots his slime straight into the air. That did not sound right. He throws the slime into the air and it finds a good camping spot. So they go there and the slime that he has a lot of camping equipment, set up all the tents and everything. At the end of the episode, probably back in town, we see another figure. We see a shady figure who looks like it's going to be the next enemy of the next episode. But that's it for now, episode 2. Yeah, standard isekai stuff. Still enjoyable. I enjoy that Yuji's trying to hide his powers and he can use his powers through the slimes. I don't know if he can use them through the Proud Wolf, yeah. But it's going to be fun. He might get cut out again. Lisa or Tina might find them. I'm guessing they're going to be like permanently part of his party now and everything. But it'll be interesting. Like I said, I love the slimes. They're definitely my favorite part of this anime. It's so cool. And Yuji's a pretty cool main character. Can't wait to find out more about Tina and Lisa. But yeah, that is the review of episode 1 and 2 of my Isekai Life. If you like isekais, I think you will enjoy this. I hope you did if you watched it. How about that? Let me know down in the comments. Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? You dropping it? You're gonna continue it. Let's continue this conversation down in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, leave a like. Also subscribe for more content like this. But that has been it for me, BDP. I will see you later.